Patrick here from Have Cheetah Will View, and I'm welcoming all my fellow knights. We got Ben, and we got Mike, American Werewolf in New Jersey, and we also have the knight who's leading us on our quest tonight, Mary. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Howdy.
How's everybody been doing?
We're going over there.
Ooh, look at that. She came
Wow.
Nice. Oh, all right.
Nice.
We're going over that one. I drew that one up.
Nice.
Yeah, you got some talent, Mary.
It was fun. I liked making a non-regular movie. You know, everybody's all. This one was pretty good. It was short, wasn't it? It was pretty short.
Yeah, it was like 85 minutes or something like that.
Is that what it was? I thought
something like that.
It just seemed like it went by so fast.
Kind of a good movie.
It said it was released in January, but I didn't hear about it till like June.
Yeah, they're not releasing. They're not releasing it on physical media till I guess the end of this month.
The 28th, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Tuesday's new release day. So I'm excited. I'm going to be picking this one up. I was looking for it during the month, and I saw it out there on Amazon. You know, you can buy it on Amazon, but it was just a digital copy, and I was looking for a physical copy, and I couldn't find one until you told me that
you can pre-order it. You can pre-order it, but I don't know when you're going to get it. Sometimes it's better just to wait to the date and order it, and just get it regular.
So I'm excited. I'm gonna be listening to you guys get after it, and which I'm excited to hear from you guys. And then hopefully we'll be joined a little bit later by David, but if not, we'll get him next month. And yeah. Mary, this is your show, so you do whatever you.
You said it was directed by Rando Akita, which I don't know anything from this guy. I don't know if you guys do.
Name's not familiar. No.
Me either. Said he made The Lockpicker and The Weatherman. I don't know those, and they're filmed in Ontario. Burr.
Yeah, right.
Freezing, and she really is blind.
Oh, really?
Or they are really blind.
Skylar Davenport.
Yeah, Skylar. Okay.
Yeah, because Skylar, I said they had hemophilic migraines, and she went blind for real. So she's really blind in the movie. She had herself a stroke, the poor thing.
Oh my God.
They did. They are non-binary, and they are born in Madison, Wisconsin, up there. So they're used to the cold weather. And the C for Me is based on the app that my daughter was a volunteer. She helped a few blind people when they needed someone to help them read the directions on their bottle, or they dropped something on the floor and they couldn't find it. They would call her and she would tell them where to go.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know something like that even existed.
That's why I was like, oh, that sounds pretty neat. And Patrick, you were saying that it was Wait Until Dark with Audrey Hepburn, which I didn't watch that one. I have to watch that one. Is it?
With Alan Arkin.
Yeah, that's the same.
Like Alan Arkin.
This is incorporated some of the same premise. 3 bad guys coming in and terrorizing. Well, 2 were terrorizing her. 1 was felt sorry for her. But yeah, they're after a valuable package, and it's Wait Until Dark is very underrated. Used to get played a lot, but not so much the last 15 years or so.
I saw more the one with Mia Farrow, where she's blind in the house.
Yeah, I think they remade it. They might have remade the premise.
Can't remember the name of that. That's closed. Oh, See No Evil. That's the name of that one.
And made one with Michael Keaton and Michelle Monaghan called Blindsided, which had the same premise too.
There's one. Wait Until Dark is probably the best one, but I saw another one, and I think it's on HBO called Hush, and it's directed by Mike Flanagan.
I've heard of that.
And she's not blind; she's hearing impaired.
Okay.
And she's like living, and just one night, like this killer is just, passing through and targets her house. I guess because it's isolated, and it is fantastic.
That's a good one. It's on Netflix, by the way, if you want to see.
Oh, is it on Netflix? Okay. Yeah, nice. Eric was telling me about it, and I was like, one night I popped it on. I'm like, wow, this is fantastic.
What? A movie. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was thinking about that one when I was watching this one. And I was thinking, I think being like deaf in a suspense sort of slasher thriller, I think is a little more effective, I think. Or maybe you can like put yourself sort of more in that role, because being blind seems like it's harder to relate to that than being deaf, because everyone can do this, you know what I mean? Like, but I think we visually like seeing someone and then just not being able to hear. I don't know. For me, I sort of thought it worked a little better than this one.
Yeah, I don't want to sound discriminatory, but it just like, I was just like, would you hire a stranger to house sit who was visually impaired? I mean, it just seems like a huge liability. Oh, it's an accident waiting to happen. It's just, someone takes a fall and they're out there by themselves, and you're like, oh man, I don't know about this.
But not just that, she was very like, oh, I'll find it.
Yeah, big chip on her shoulder.
Find it, bitch. Get the hell out of here.
Big chip on that shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, it says that she's staring out over the mountains, and then they skip down to her going downhill, and then she's looking at her trophies at home all of a sudden, and she's feeling the pins. What are the pins for? Like, is it for a certain color, or telling her it's a shirt or a pair of pants or something in her closet? I didn't understand the pins. What were they?
Like the safety pins? Yeah, I guess it would be to identify or something, like, because I think there were like groupings of them, right? So there was like one or two. And so
I didn't know what they were representing, the color or what they were.
There's probably some sort of tactile grooving on it that, she can feel. Like maybe there's 3 bumps on it and that means red, or 2 bumps and that means blue, and these sorts of things.
Right.
I guess you might be concerned. I guess I'm not like a very matchy kind of. Well, everything's black.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've gotten older, so I've advanced to gray. So
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Ooh. Well, that's what happens when you wash them a lot. They turn gray. And it says here that she's and she's trying to sneak out of the house. She didn't even put her shoes on. She was walking down the stairs. And what was she watching or listening to? The skiing with the blind?
Yeah, I think it was standard skiing, and I think she was like pissed off that because she was, such a like, she had such a bright future as a skier. That you could tell it was annoying her. But I think this wasn't a terrible movie. I think one of the problems with it was that our protagonist wasn't particularly likable. You know what I mean? Like off.
Yeah, she's kind of crabby. Mad she's not skiing, and mad she's blind, just mad at everything.
But then also,
wouldn't that be sort of make sense though? If she was young, she lost a dream, and like that, I think that I would have a massive chip on my shoulder. I don't think I would be,
maybe for a little while.
But imagine if she was like sad about it versus like a bitch about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like if her mom was like trying to reassure her, and she was like rather than being like, you know, like, whatever, mom, get the fuck out of here. I want to, like, I'm going, shut the fuck up. If she was like, yeah, it's like such a bummer. I can't believe that, you know, if you like just felt for her a little more than like right off the bat, she was like, kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, or even if she was well adjusted.
Yeah.
You know, like Katie Siegel in Hush, she's well adjusted. She's a professional screenwriter.
Yeah.
You know, and she's you know, she's doing you know, video chats with her friends, and you know, she's trying to write, and she's got writer's block, so she just writes this line and just give me the money. You know, it's you know, she's able to use a sense of humor and things like that. So yeah, they sort of didn't resolve the chip is kind of what the problem is. So, you know, maybe not have included it would have been better. Unless you're going to donate another 30 minutes.
Yeah, jotted down that her, you know, her mom busts her as she's trying to sneak out, and she's still pissed off because she can hear the TV with the skiing on it. And then her mom's questioning, like, why is your bank account all, you know, got all this sketchy amount of money in there? Like, what are you doing for this money? What are you getting this money from?
OnlyFans.
You know? What's going on? That's nice because you keep an eye on that, but
yeah, mom sort of came off as annoying too. Maybe
a little overbearing to her.
Yeah, a little overbearing. Like she's clearly like over 18, or at least I'm assuming. You know, I figure early 20s, something like that. Like, why is her mom going through her bank account?
Yeah. Well, she's blind, maybe, or she's like got double. She can see.
Yeah, protecting her. I get it. She's doing it. It's coming from a position of love. I got that, but yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, man, she is a little. That's a bit much.
I will say it sort of rang true. Like they're sort of they're dynamic. You know, like yeah, you can tell the mom was like obviously trying to look out for her daughter, but was also like a bit too invasive. And the daughter, I mean, I think a lot of people when they're teenagers can relate to that. Like your parents just annoy the living fuck out of you, you know, no matter how like nice they are or whatever. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, I know mine they get to a certain age and they know everything.
Yeah.
Too though. They come back, but right now they know, at that age they know everything. You're dumb. You're a dumb adult. I know that one. That's a good one. And then she's getting into a cab and she's like, well, I can give you a ride. Don't take a cab. It's expensive. It's like they're paying for the cab. You know, she's like, what are you questioning my money? You know, I get extra money when, you know, it's extra clean in the house. So I get extra money. We think it's charity. She gets pissy.
Is that how she supports herself? She's a house sitter or a pet sitter?
I guess so. I guess that's what she's.
Yeah, she's.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah, she's a house sitter / pet sitter. Like, you know, she just lives in the house, and I guess, you know, the fridge is full of food, and you know, there's probably some money if you want to order a pizza or something, and you know, that kind of shit.
I also got the feeling though that she didn't exactly support herself. Like she lived at home. You know, and that was another thing, like, you know, stealing whatever, a couple $1,000s from, you know, someone who you're working for when you don't really have to, like, you know, it's not like
right. She doesn't have rent to pay and car payment.
Yeah, she's acting out.
Yeah,
I mean, she's clearly acting out. I mean, you know, but I thought that aspect of it, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to jump ahead, Mary, but I thought that aspect of it made her interesting. That she was actually like a little criminal, you know. And I'm like, that's where the $4,000 is coming from. I'm like, you know, why is mom going through it? But then when you understand where the money's actually coming from, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to play it. You know, that she actually is a little delinquent. You know,
and she's a little old for that.
Apparently not.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going for it.
Yeah, exactly. I need some money. Make that money.
This is and she gets in the cab, and then they have the long ride to the mansion. I guess it's a mansion.
It's a
Looks like a
chalet
mansion.
or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The
nice.
Yeah.
house, well, from the preview I saw, the house looks ultra modern. It's all glass.
Right.
Did you watch the movie? Didn't you, Patrick?
No, I couldn't get it.
He doesn't have the
Well,
streaming service.
He
Yeah.
doesn't stream the stuff, but it's okay.
It comes out on the 28th. I'll buy the movie, but it can't. It was coming out on the 28th. So
Yeah, I probably still buy it too. Just can't now. Gotta wait a few more days. No, and then her mom calls her while she's on the way up,
That was funny.
Yeah.
talking to her about what is she talking about? The skiing. Like you can get into that. You
Just
can
nagging.
do that.
Being a nag. Yeah.
And it's like, well, I can't hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah. Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. No, I
No,
can't.
it's not working.
You're breaking up. I think the cabbie says, here, you can use my phone. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. And then they finally get to the joint. And the cabbie wants to help her get down the stairs. And no, I got this. But she's very independent. She doesn't accept help.
Yeah, dangerously independent. I mean, like I said, when I first saw that, I'm like, that's like a red carnival of broken ankles.
And
Just,
kind of like a bitch about it too, right? Not just like, oh no, I'm good. Like I'm just gonna do this. And more like, just show me the fucking way, dude.
because he tries to take her arm, doesn't he? To put her hand on his arm, and he'll walk her over, and she's like, "Fuck you," I don't need you, Okay,
No touch, no touchy.
Give you a ride to the ER afterwards, when they're putting the pins in your ankle.
Then once the owner comes out and gets her, says she'll be out in a minute. I guess she's going to take the cab from there to the airport. I don't know where she's going out. I don't think I caught where she was heading to.
Said pleasure, and then I can't remember where it was, but I think they did give a location.
Yeah, it was funny because she said there's no money, but she's living in that huge house and going on some week-long, airport, ride or something what do you constitute no money,
Yeah, it's a nice house for no money.
Yeah, exactly.
Fresh from a divorce, and she tries to help Sophie, is her name, find the rooms. Like, come on, I'll show you where everything's at. No, I got this. I can find where everything is. Like, you don't know where the food is. This is my house. Let me show you where the cat food is.
And that house is a maze.
Yeah.
It's a maze. That might as well be the Overlook Hotel, for a sighted person.
Yeah, she said, you can hear her voice echoing. The place is huge. Oh, the cat has a gluten allergy, so you got to feed it special food. It'd be nice to know where that special food's located. No, I got this.
Yeah. or like the guest room's all set up for you. I'll find it.
Great.
Like, bitch, don't sleep in my fucking bed. I want to do the guest room, right? Like, I'll show you where the fuck it is,
Because the cat's name's Archie.
Archie's the only redeeming character in this whole movie.
The character Archie is involved now.
After all.
Yeah, exactly.
Archie, Wonder Cat. Savior.
Not like a blackmailing corgi or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's Archie. And then what's the lady's name? Deborah. She reaches for a hug. All right, I'm gonna go now. Give me a hug. Like, she doesn't say give me a hug, but she reaches for a hug. No. She don't know if she wants one anyway, and that's kind of weird. Like,
that was.
You don't know me.
From like a filmmaking perspective, I think it was sort of like drove home the point that
she's so independent.
Well, she's independent, but also just she had no idea she was opening her arms or anything. It's just sort of driving.
Right, she had no idea.
Yeah,
she's disconnected from everything.
Yeah,
it's just her against the world.
Do you think that
it's one of those?
I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but do you think is she being is the owner of the house setting her up for something?
No.
Mm, I mean,
No, I
that's
wouldn't
what
say that.
we're gonna find out, like what's going down. Like
Yeah, no spoilers, Patrick.
Oh, I don't know.
you don't know because you haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's what he's telling us. Okay, sure.
I'm just tossing it out there.
The owner didn't set anyone up though.
No.
No, and she finds the cat and puts one of those collars on it. Good thing it's a nice cat and comes up to strangers, because I know some cats, like my brothers, they go hiding. They don't put my food down, give me water, and scoop my poop, but don't try to pet me. I don't know you.
I house sat for
Luckily,
my
it's a nice
neighbor.
cat.
Yeah, I house sat for my cat, my neighbor's cat one time for a week. I'm going to do it again when they go away next month. And I never saw the cat for the whole week.
You think it's there? Hopefully.
Never saw it once. Yeah, it was there. I mean, but I changed. The food was gone every day. Clean.
The turds were coming from something.
Yeah. But never once saw that cat the entire time.
It says, it tells her on the phone, I guess, where it's like beeps on her phone. I don't know if it gives her a map or something. I don't know. And then she calls her buddy Cam, or is it Cam or Sam?
Cam
Cam.
Cam the scam
And
artist.
He was a likable character.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it for her, though. He's doing it for her.
I got the feeling like, so Cam was like, I got the feeling like he was sort of like manipulated into doing some stuff he wasn't comfortable with, and finally said, "Fuck you, no, I'm not going to be a part of whatever the fuck you're doing,"
Yeah.
Which is, like, yeah, maybe he made a mistake or whatever, but like, he has some kind of moral high ground, at least, that he's standing on, and like limits, boundaries he's drawing for himself.
Yeah, I'm sure he made a couple of bucks out of those, $3,000 and $4,000 sales. She probably cut him in for $1,000 or $500 or something like that. Because he's the one who's got to sell it, or this, that, and the other. But yeah, I mean, he clearly, his moral compass was operating.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
And he's the one who tells her she should be skiing again. She's just
right.
bullshitting. Like, what the hell are you doing? House sitting for people, gigging like this.
But that's not a bad gig. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good money.
Keeping an eye on the house. I did it a few times. I liked it. I like it better than animal sitting, but because it's you're responsible for the animal, and they always seem something happened.
Especially in a house like that?
Right. You could get lost in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that house looked huge.
It's
kind of hard. It's a newer house, lots of sharp corners. Send in the blind girl.
Yeah, that's what I was just like. Yeah,
that's what I was wondering. Was she the daughter of a family friend or something? I mean, she would have to have been there. Maybe she'd been there before a few times. Because I know with vision impaired, they're fine in a house as long as you don't move anything. If you don't move anything, they will adapt. They'll figure it out. They'll
right.
As long as you don't
Sam show her everything. Cam was showing her everything, where to go. And
yeah.
He was showing her the rooms and the wine cellar, and that's where she picked up the booze.
She did state, just for exposition purposes, that she was the only person to answer the ad she put up. So she obviously, the woman didn't have any options.
Okay.
Right. I mean, why though? That's a nice gig.
Yeah, right. Nice. Yeah, right.
We'll volunteer for that one.
Yeah.
It was also kind of out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? I mean,
yeah.
Right.
Some people aren't good with that. Some people aren't good with that. They got to be around people.
How she had Wi-Fi? I don't know how she had Wi-Fi.
What do you mean?
It was snowy and out in the middle of nowhere, and they're having nice antenna. I wouldn't be able to get a. Oh, and then she gets that app too. She downloads the app for something. She goes outside to smoke a cigarette, I think, and she locks herself out. Right? Isn't that the next part? Yeah, she gets locked out, and she downloaded the app See For Me, and gets the first lady. I guess you're gonna have to call the cops. Or you can go over to the neighbor's house. Yeah, like 20 miles down the road. Sure, I could do that, and I'm blind. I can walk down there. So she calls back and gets Kelly. Kelly, she's an army vet. Sure.
She was pretty likable too, actually.
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah, I liked her. She was playing games and trying to game off answer the call. That's remind me of my daughter. She would do the same thing. She'd be playing her games and then she would get a call. It's like, everybody be quiet. This is important. You gotta find the stuff. That was pretty neat. But that the girl Kelly tells her to look around, see what she sees in the doorknobs, and she's like, "No, I'm locked out. The alarms locked me out." So she tells her to go around the house, see if she can find a way in, and she sees the sliding glass doors, and she's telling her to jimmy it, and she's like, "You don't know what you're doing. I don't know you." Again, she's being rude, and she finally gets it jimmied. As Kelly tells her how to.
Kelly doesn't take her crap though.
No, she's probably one of the first ones. Like, "Hey, knock it off. I'm trying to help you."
Yeah. She's like, "You called me," like.
Yeah, like, take it easy. I can hang up. You can find your own shit if you want.
Yeah. Good for Kelly.
Right.
I probably would have told her to take off, honestly. If I was like just volunteering my time for this app to help like blind people see, and someone called up and was being like rude to me, I'd be like, "Hey, there's more blind people that need my help. You can fuck right off,"
Yeah. See your way out if you can.
And then
Patrick, you're gonna drop a one-liner in there too.
Yeah.
I think the Deborah or something calls after the alarm goes off or something. Is this when she tells her to set the alarm?
When she breaks in, she has to shut the alarm back off.
Okay.
Well, she called to tell her to set it before. That's how it was set.
Yeah, and that before she gets locked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when she was telling her, "Let's set it up." And that's when she got locked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't have an alarm, obviously, in my apartment, but like, I do know that when you set off an alarm, they will call up and you'll have to give like your password or whatever. Just that didn't happen. It was like an advanced security system, Like,
well, maybe they called Deborah and she told them the secret code. I don't know. They usually call the house, right?
With a lot of security systems, there's like a window. Because even opening, like I've done that where I've house sat for people and you come in and the alarm goes off when you enter the door. And then there's like a window, 60 or 90 seconds or something to shut it off. And then, if you can do it within that time, there isn't a problem. Outside of that, then I think that's where things start to get, the police get notified or, whatever the security system, whatever the rules are.
She saves Kelly's number as a priority, so she's liking Kelly. So she put her in their phone because she was deleting everything she hates in the beginning. So Kelly's in there. She's good.
Well, she helped her. She helped her, and she was like obviously good at seeing for her,
Right.
And so she was like, "Yeah, that worked out pretty well. She really helped me out." So.
And then she heads to bed listening to the ski guide, the skiers guiding them on TV, which I've never seen that on TV. That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? To watch that. That'd be pretty neat.
Wait, what was it?
That she's listening to them teaching the girl how to He
Oh, okay. I don't remember
like
that.
go
Okay.
turn left, go right.
Hmm.
I think they're like beeping or something. They listen to it. That is crazy. Just go 100 some miles per hour. Eyes closed. Imagine that. No way.
Like well, we'll get there eventually, but this is just not a spoiler or anything. But at the end, they're on the slope and she's got her sort of seeing eye skier with her, and she puts on goggles, and I'm like, why the fuck are you putting on goggles? Like,
You don't want to damage the eyes.
What are the
Yeah,
it's explosive. Like, you don't have to see. You know?
Well, she's probably got to protect her ocular.
Yeah, she can still see some stuff, I guess.
Yeah, she said she was light sensitive.
Light sensitive, but that means like you see all the light reflecting off the snow. That's it. You know, you're not gonna. It's not like
it's just be pure white.
Yeah, like if you go into a dark room and turn on the light, you can perceive that there's a light that had been turned on, but it's not going to really help much.
Yeah, but I think she'd wear it simply to protect from any sort of debris or anything like that, you know, that would physically hurt you. That kind of thing. Yeah, I didn't have. Yeah. I didn't see anything that was like.
But that eye protection would only. I mean, skiing. It's basically so like the air, even if it's debris or air or whatever, it's your eyes are open and it's cold ass air that's like rushing into your wet eyes. This is why people wear goggles. You know, it's not like you're. Operating a table saw or like, whatever. Anyway, I thought it was weird. It felt weird when I saw it. Maybe because I wear eye protection all the time at work.
I disappeared for a minute. I don't know why.
You're back now.
You're back.
Like magic. I'm back.
We see you.
Then she's laying in bed and there's guys lurking around out in the woods with flashlights, running around and talking on walkies to somebody, saying, "All right, come on in." And the man busts in and he goes right to the code box and puts the code in. And he knows what he's doing.
Well, he had a device. He had a device to do it. He didn't like.
Is that what he did? Is that what that thing was?
Yeah. Yeah, figured out what the code was and just shut it down.
Yeah.
Huh. Was it 1111?
Yeah, I know, right? It was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Like
4, Spaceballs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell they were pros and they were there for a purpose, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That wasn't mayhem or Yeah.
It wasn't just some random thing. They like came prepared to do some theft of some sort.
It was two of them. Two of them came in. They had duffel bags, and Sophie, she's not deaf, so she can hear something going on downstairs, and she's trying to locate the cat too. I guess she turns on the collar and it's beeping. Then he start drilling into the wall. He finds like a box in the wall, and he starts opening the wall up to drill into the safe he found behind a picture.
Well, he didn't come inside the house?
Yeah, they came in. They got inside the house, and they went behind a picture.
But
they opened up this panel, right?
They opened up like a secret panel that no one would know about if you didn't have like insider information, and then they opened this mechanical sliding wall thing with the safe on it.
Right.
And then they were clearly going to crack the safe.
Yeah, they had a big drill with them. They started hooking it up, and then Sophie, she can hear something going on, and she runs and knocks a vase over, and that breaks on the floor. She hides in the breaker room and gets on the phone real quick and calls the cops. Oh, there's somebody in the house. I think there's more than one person. Like, how long is it going to be? Is it going to be there when they can get there? Because she's out in the middle of nowhere.
That is a terrifying concept.
That's scary, isn't it?
It must really be heightened if you're blind.
Yes.
You know, it takes a little bit of thought to put yourself in that, because, you know, you see break-ins all the time, you know, in a movie or this, that, and the other, and it gets handled any number of ways. But, I mean, you know, for a blind person or, you know, like we talked about with Hush, you know, with someone with some sort of physical disability, it must be a lot worse. A lot worse.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
She hangs up with her and calls Kelly back and tells her, like, yo, there's some people in the house. They call the cops, yes. And she's trying to tell her where to go, but she's all like, I know where I'm going. Why did you call her then? Like, don't. She runs right for the front door, runs directly into the arms of I guess this is a third guy coming into the house. And then Kelly's screen goes fuzzy and she doesn't know what the hell is going on.
That guy was the only guy that seemed a little menacing.
Yeah, he's the trouble.
The other two looked like, you know, the one guy was like the tech geek, you know, or like the engineer. The other guy was like the guy in charge, you know, so he's, you know, kind of detached and non-emotional. But this was the only guy who looked like he was like the muscle, you know, like the hands-on guy. You know,
he'll do anything.
Kind of predictable. Yeah. Like you don't know what you're going to get from him. The other two are like pros, you know?
Yeah.
And then they called in another guy on the phone and let him know, hey, there's somebody in the house. What's going on? So you guys said this would be empty. It's easy. And he's like, well, you know, clean it up. Let's wrap it up. She's already called the cops, so they're on their way. She's thinking, oh shit, clean up means I get shot. So she's like, oh, I can help. I can tell the cops. You know, there's nothing going on. I made a mistake. When we get a cut, I want 5%.
Yeah, that was interesting when she like made the full turn. Yeah, because I got the impression she wasn't. I mean, she was desperate to save herself, but she wasn't like breaking her back to like cut a deal for 5% of whatever this was. And that was an interesting piece of writing. You know, that, you know, she was automatically I didn't see that coming. You know, she was automatically willing to deal herself in. It wasn't like, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. I mean, she was willing to go the extra mile.
Tried a little, but then,
you know,
not going to make money off of this situation.
Yeah, and I thought that I was like, oh, okay, you know, this is, okay, I didn't see that coming. That's interesting. That's original.
That's the survivor part in her, I guess.
Well,
I guess.
They had already said, like, okay, well, look, no worries, you're not a witness, you know, we're just gonna wrap this up. And she's like, no, I can tell the cops to go, I just want in, you know.
You're like, well, you can identify us, and like, I'm blind, and they went over that too, flashing in her face.
I should say, when I saw the credits, I wasn't paying attention when the introduction first started, and then I saw Kim Coates.
Yeah.
And then I heard his voice come over the phone. And I had just seen him the day before because, like I was saying before we went on, I ended up binging Mayans MC. Yeah, and so every once in a while, they'll have a recurring character from Sons of Anarchy in there. And this season, it was Kim Coates. And he's only in there for 5 minutes. But he just completely steals, you know, that 5 minutes from everybody. I'm a huge Kim Coates fan. So when I heard that voice coming over, I'm like, yeah, all right. Because I wanted him to be the bad guy.
He plays a good bad guy.
Yeah, he's just totally cool and smooth with everything, you know, and he's not spazzing out or, you know, cursing or yelling or anything like that. He's just even.
And she tells him, oh, I'm not the greatest person either. You know, I got a bottle of wine in my purse. And he's like, oh, you little minx, you.
Yeah, I mean, she won them over.
Yeah.
She really won them over. They were going to cut her in for 5%.
Yep. And so he's like, oh, we gotta have her have some. And he said he won't tell Deborah.
Deborah was played by Laura Vandersloot.
Vandersloot.
Yep.
I don't know her.
Name sounds familiar.
She was she plays Supergirl in Smallville. She did the remake of the Rabbids film for the Sluska twins. She's been in a ton of stuff.
And then the cops are coming, right? So it's a Deputy Brooks, the lady cop, shows up, and Sophie answers the door and says, "Look, it was an accident. You know, I thought it was the TV. You know, I'm blind. I'm a blind girl. I don't know TV from real people. And I'm cat sitting, and I'm a little drunk. Cop's not buying it. It's like,
Yeah,
guys.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's very suspicious look on her face. Like, I don't think so. I think you're telling me a story. And like, do you need help? You sure you don't need any help? No. And then a phone rings. She says, "Go answer your phone." I thought this part was weird. The cop tells her, "Go answer your phone." I don't know if the cop would be telling you to go over there. You better go get your phone.
I think she wanted to make sure she was blind. You know, it sounds like that was what she was doing. You know, maybe watching her walk or maybe how she moved and, you know, whether she's telling the truth or not.
She knew she was blind. She was just like, she was very dismissive when she showed up. And so she was like, well, okay, well, you know, my job is I have to come in and just make sure. But she was like,
Yeah,
so dismissive that it made her suspicious. And then the blind girl was like very suspicious about not answering the phone too, you know? So I think the screenwriters use that as sort of like a tool to ramp up that suspicion, that suspicious moment to a like sort of a climactic event, you know?
No, I don't know if she sees it. Does the cop see that there's a guy there?
Say again?
Or something. The deputy, I think she sees that there's somebody there.
I think
how many,
it's
like how many people are there? And she's like,
she walks her to the door and then she's like whispering to her, somebody in there.
Yeah, like,
you know, you having one of these sorts of things.
Yeah.
And I think eventually she says it. I don't know if she says it or if the one guy just steps forward. I think the one guy just kind of stepped forward and he was going to try to give himself up in the hopes that
right. I think something happened with that. That guy got an eye view of her. It's like, is there just one guy? Is it just one guy? And she's like, no, there's two more in here.
I think there was a sound, right? And so the one dude who's like the pro leader guy was like, "It's just me. I'm coming out," you know, and he was willing to go do 6 months in jail because it's a fucking or whatever. It's a misdemeanor, right? It's not like a felony at this point. Right. But then the fucking wild card, resolved the situation a different way.
Yeah, he starts choking the deputy on the floor. And I believe he kills her.
Yeah,
I think he kills her, strangling her. And then Sophie hides while they're choking the cop out.
And grabs a gun.
Yes. He gets the gun. That's a good thing. And then they're scrambling to get back to drilling because they got a job to do and they're trying to get into the safe. Because now there's a cop and they killed the cop. Now they got limited time again.
And she had called for backup.
They live in the middle of nowhere, right? Yeah. She walkied them. I think there's more people here. Let's go.
And now it's gone from a misdemeanor to murdering a cop.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I just remembered how she knew that someone was there because as she was leaving, she got the call from the C for me girl. I can't remember her name. who had called into the cops,
Kelly.
like who's in trouble, who just called 911 in this some remote area. And so that
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the dispatcher. Yeah, the dispatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, plugs her into what Kelly said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Good save.
Yeah. And then she goes and hides in the greenhouse. She calls and she gets a hold of Kelly, I think, when she's in the greenhouse through the app finally.
Well, she was running outside, and Kelly was like,
She says, I can't see for you out here. It's too dark, right?
And you're a sitting duck, like strategically, this is not the move, She went to a very
just in an open field. Yeah.
Yeah, she goes out in the dark. She can't help her. You got the flashlight on her phone, but that only goes so far.
But I
At
think
least she has the gun now, right?
I think even more than that, it was a strategic error, is what she was saying. Like, no, in order for you to resolve this, you have to get back in there where you can there's certain parameters already defined for you. It's not just like you're out exposed in the open.
More places to hide in the house.
From like a militaristic point of view.
Yeah, because those games she likes to play, she's good at them.
Now there's 3 bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one on the phone.
And one's on the phone. Okay.
That's
Now,
four.
Right.
is one of the 3 bad guys, is he sympathetic toward her plight?
Not exactly her plight. One dude is like, this is more than I signed up for. You can tell he's like the safe cracker. He's like,
He's the only one.
Criminal guy. He's just like a very highly skilled dude at breaking into safes. And so he was there. There's not supposed to be anyone there, and now there's a cop murdered. So he's like, fuck this,
Right.
He's not on board with like being a complete like cop murdering, let's go murder that blind girl too now type of situation.
Thanks.
Yeah, that one guy I think he's game for anything. Yeah, one
dude's a wild card who just likes to murder. The other dude was like has a pragmatic approach, like, okay, we tried to do it the nice way, which was cool, but now we're just gonna have to like eliminate everything and like move on situation.
Yeah, because she pulled out from her deal by telling the cop, "You're not getting 5% now." And she tells her to go back in the house, go hide in the greenhouse, and to trust her. Kelly's telling her, and then there's a man in there, and he grabs a knife, and he's looking for her. I don't know if it's the murderous guy.
No, it's the ringleader.
And this was after she killed the murderous guy. She had already murdered the wild card. She was talking to the C4Me girl whose name I've never.
Yeah, she's in the greenhouse, and she's telling her where to aim with the gun.
Yeah, and
with the guy with the knife.
Yeah,
like
she murders him. I think at this moment, like there's like, you have to really suspend some belief here for this, because the criminals aren't deaf, and she's clearly having like a verbal conversation, like all
right. They're in the room,
and there's light from the screen like illuminating her face, and like she's walking around this house. So like, it would have made a little more sense if she had an earbud in or something, like. Because there's nothing stealthy about having your phone at full volume, having someone like talking you around a fucking room, right, with a light illuminating your face.
Yeah, there are a couple of holes here. Yeah.
And then the other guy, he just keeps on drilling because he knows they know the cops are coming. So you guys go look for her to kill her, and I'm gonna keep drilling this.
And I think he couldn't. He had hearing stuff in, so he couldn't really hear the gunshots too.
Yes, that's right.
But the other guy
And
heard
then-
the gunshots.
What was I say? Her phone's trying to die too,
Yeah.
and she's gotta find her charger. That's at least what she's trying to do. And then Doesn't she throw bottles at another guy? There's another guy that she fights with and throws some wine bottles at him. Right?
I don't remember
I
that.
think that's the first guy. That's the violent guy.
Okay.
That's the violent guy. And then the second guy is coming at her when I think she's in the solarium, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when she gets when he's got the knife.
Yeah, he's got a knife.
And she obviously she can't see it, but Kelly can.
And she shoots him.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, like, he finds the shells on the floor. Like, he's looking for her, but he's finding her. He's gonna find her. And then this is when she's gonna shoot the guy with the drill. But her phone's starting to die.
The phone is starting to die. The guy's like, he's clearly like the peaceful guy out of the bunch, and he's like, hey, just let me go, whatever. Like, you don't have to shoot me. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to leave.
She won't let him leave.
She won't let him leave.
Yeah, because Kelly tells her not to let him leave. Kelly wants her to shoot him.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would Kelly want her to shoot him?
Because she doesn't trust him.
Trust him.
Oh,
anything. I mean, she wants her to control the situation. Like,
yeah,
that's a wild card. Plus, the phone's about to die. She has him in her sights.
Right. Do it.
Like,
just do it.
Just stop and think about this. This young blind girl has murdered 2 people. Like,
yeah.
Like, this is like, that's not just like an easy, like, oh, okay, yeah, sweet. And there's this other person on the phone who's like, oh yeah, just murder these people. It's like, it's a weird dynamic that doesn't actually make that much sense. You know what I mean?
But he's broken through already though. By the time she comes out to go shoot him, he's made it through
into the safe.
The safe.
Yeah.
He's got it open. And like the guy's telling him on the phone to hurry up, drill it out. He's got it open. And she's got the gun and her phone, and the phone's dying. Kelly's telling her, like, shoot now. Because it's going to die, and I won't be able to help you.
And the phone dies.
Yeah,
the phone dies. Right.
But she's still like,
yeah,
still like holding the dude at gunpoint. But
right.
he realizes that there's like, she's fucked now because her phone's not working. She doesn't have like a seeing eye sniper with her.
Right. He says, I don't know about you, but I'm going to take my share. And he starts taking some money out. He says, you're no killer. But he sees the cop's gun. He sees somebody's gun on the floor or somebody.
Taser.
Somebody's gun. Is it a gun?
Yeah, it's a taser. Yeah.
Is it a taser?
Yeah.
And I'll do it too, though. Can't shoot me. And he's like, I'm just gonna get down on my knees. Don't stop moving. Stop moving.
At this point, she's too keyed up.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. I mean, understandably. I mean, it's like Ben says, it's a little far fetched.
Yeah.
That this girl becomes a dead eye shot. Or whatever. With a lot of help. But yeah, I mean, at this point, she's so keyed up that she's too afraid, I guess, to let him just leave. Because from what I saw, he really was just going to leave.
Yeah.
He was going to take a stack of money for himself.
Right.
Get a bus to Cleveland somewhere, and you probably never hear from him again. Because the guy Kim Coates, I mean, he's not Professor Moriarty.
Right.
He's just a guy, who put them all up to this. So he probably could have walked out with a stack of money, and he would have been perfectly content to, fuck off to, wherever. But yeah, it's just, and he did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But when you go blind, or if you go deaf, or something else becomes stronger, like if you go blind, you can hear stuff really good, or you know, maybe you can see stuff better. I don't know. I've heard people say that they can hear things better when they go blind.
Right.
That's reasonable.
The other senses try to compensate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but like, I don't think you're going to be able to snipe someone
No.
from across the room by hearing their hand over here, like grabbing for a taser. You know what I mean?
And like blind fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plus, earlier they made a point of showing after she showed the gun that her hearing had been a little compromised, right?
True. True.
She kind of like grabbed her ear after she did the shooting and like.
Yeah, she shot him twice because she could hear him like crinkle, crinkle. You could hear him bending down, and when he was talking, she could hear his voice was moving. So she nailed him twice, and then she picks up the phone. He was on the phone or something. It's that guy you were talking about from Sons of Anarchy. He's on the phone.
Kim Coates, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, "Is it done?" And she says, "Yes, it's done."
Whoops. Zoinks.
At that point, it almost felt like the filmmakers were going to try to do a twist where she was working for Kim Coates to eliminate the team, and I was like, "No, this is some bullshit," you know?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
They're going, what?
They tried to shoehorn a few too many things into here, you know, because you could have this could have been this had a decent shot at being a good movie. We've talked about several movies that have had this sort of trope and have been knocked out of the park. This wasn't bad per se, but it could have been a lot better, and I mean that only in terms of the script.
Yeah.
These people are acting out the story that they've been given, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
And she can hear somebody's coming up to the door, and it's that guy you were talking about. And at first she takes it and reaches in there, and she can feel that there's a whole bunch of money in there.
A lot.
And this guy comes in, and he locks the door. And he's calling her name all weird. Sophie, you're killing it. You are not a witness. You are my partner. I'm sure.
And at that point, it didn't make that much sense to me why she would be like, well, fuck this. I'm just going to like hunt this dude down and murder him rather than just like accept the payment,
Right.
That would have made for an interesting story where instead of turning, or instead of flipping this sort of redemption thing, she just goes all the way bad.
Yeah.
And either Kim Coates kills her or they just split off and they never see each other again.
Yeah.
And she goes in and she's gonna put them on the same terms. And she trips the breaker, so they're all in the dark now. They're all blind.
But not really, because there's red emergency lights.
Yeah, what are they for? I don't know, but who has that?
Effect.
I mean, that happens in, if in like buildings and stuff that have like backup generators, though, like hospitals, for instance, or like I know in my building there's also my work building there is backup lights and shit if the power goes out.
But not red, is it?
I don't think they're red. They're definitely not strobing.
We're having a rave, everybody. All right.
Exactly. And usually, the power outage triggers the fog machine, and then the DJ pops out.
That's how it works, huh? Every time.
Damn it. Is it 3 o'clock already? All right.
All right. Well, she's hiding, and she's hiding in the kitchen, and she runs in. She like hides and grabs a glass, and that guy's walking through, and she throws it, and he looks, and she runs, and he shoots her in the leg. Pow!
Yeah, she did get shot in the leg.
Yeah, and she's back in the greenhouse somehow. She got there pretty quick, and Sophie finds the other guy's phone that she shot in the greenhouse.
Yep.
And the ex-husband, that's Deborah's ex-husband, that's who this is. this bad guy. Come find out. And she calls the phone, calls his phone with that phone.
She does redial.
And that's how she figures out where he's at so she can shoot him.
But I don't think you can just pick up someone's phone and say redial and have redial. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of weird. Like if I just walk into your house, I pick up your phone and I say redial, it's not going to call whoever the fuck you were. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you had a bunch of parameters set for a blind person on your phone, but that dude didn't. You know?
Yeah, how'd she open the phone? I guess it was how she used his thumb, right? Did she use his thumb or something?
I don't remember her using
face recognition on him. I think.
It worked that way because the script said so.
Yeah.
I said it right there in the script. All right.
Like, watch this. Redial. Motherfucker, come on. It doesn't.
No. Terry says, shit, I don't hear you. Oh, and she starts cracking the guy in the head with the wine bottle. She goes completely wacko.
She successfully echolocates him and shoots him.
Yeah.
A guy who is offering her an enormous stack of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like these people treated her poorly. You know, it's not like they beat her or it was like that guy in Hush.
Yeah.
You know, who's just like a homicidal maniac. It's like
motherfucker, right?
Yeah, that guy was just like a demon just walked, into your house. You know, that literally what that guy is like. These people were like cutting her in for sure. You know, I think once they like threw her on the ground initially, but then they were like, okay, yeah, no problem.
And the other thing that was real fucking weird is he came into the house and then gave a bunch of basically like confessed his identity, right? Like, oh, by the way, I'm her husband. This was a divorce. She ripped me off, and so that's why I'm here. So you know,
Scooby-Doo thing or something. They tell you everything.
It would have been great if Kim Coates says, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it's on the script. So, you know.
You know how these movies go. You got to have someone monologuing.
And, you know, I mean, Kim Coates is a great villain. Kim Coates is a great hero. I mean, I loved him in Black Hawk Down. He was great in that and a couple of other movies where he's been, more like the hero. But they could have gotten much better use out of him with a better story.
Yeah, that's when she hears the sirens right after she goes crazy with the wine. I think it's the wine bottle she was saving to steal. She beat the guy up with, I think.
Well, he survives getting shot. Like, he gets shot in the gut shot, basically, and still goes after her, and he's choking her.
Right, she's getting strangled by him, but she reaches for the bottle.
Yeah, because she's next to her bag, so she grabs whatever's there, which is the wine bottle, 45.
So it was the wine. Okay. The $3,500 bottle of wine. Jeez. And it fades to black after,
I guess this was like her come to Jesus moment, but I mean, she really was throughout this, up until this point, just an opportunist.
Yeah.
You know, whichever way the wind was blowing, that's what she was doing. If she was scamming for money for the wine bottle, that's fine. If she was running away from the thieves, that's fine. If they're cutting her in on a deal, that's fine. If she's got to roll with the police, in that moment to survive, that's fine. And it's just she never really, she's not. I think it's like what Ben said. She's not a likable character.
Yeah.
There's.
And then it comes over to her in a wheelchair because she got shot. The guy shot her.
Yeah, the road to Damascus.
Yeah. And her mom's telling her where to steer her wheelchair. And she asks for a backpack. I want my backpack. So no smoking. Don't be smoking. You're trying to heal up. It's no good for you.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mom. Maybe she needs one. She just got shot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yeah.
Maybe just one, and then you can quit. But I mean, come on, give her a break. She went through an ordeal.
It's also
telling her, she said, no, I'm not smoking because I'm in training I'm going to go into training for the Paralympics, right?
Yeah, because the script told me.
Yeah. You had to do the Paralympics.
Yeah. But she, of course, had stolen a bunch of money, right?
Well, you know that's what she's squeezing her bag for, because her mom's saying, "Well, you're gonna need new skis. They're kind of pricey. You know, getting training and everything. It's gonna cost.
Literally,
what we're gonna do."
I could literally feel the director winking at me, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah. And it doesn't match with the lighthearted music.
Yeah.
You know, like she's the hero, and you're like, no, you're not. You know, I mean, I don't mind if you are the bad guy, but let's make you the bad guy. You know, like you're the last person standing.
Smirky.
Yeah.
And now you're like, you live with your mom, and you have stacks of $100 bills. Like, you know, it's not like
not donating a single penny. I bet.
What are you gonna? You might buy skis with it, but like, you know, let's say she stole $100,000 in $100 bills, and like I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna hide that.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't really do her. She's like lives with her mom. Like, of course, her mom's gonna find the money, and like the mom already. I don't know. It was weird. It's kind of a weird thing.
And then it goes over to Kelly talking to her on the hill, like you said, and her putting on her goggles.
The light piano music is playing. You know, she's the hero.
I don't know. Is it Sam? Is it Sam on the hill with her?
Cam.
Cam.
Cam. I always call him Sam.
Play it again, Sam.
I think he's her guide.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready? And Kelly tells her to breathe, and then.
Okay, my big question is, what happened to Archie?
No one knows.
Archie's okay, I guess.
Archie's minding his own business.
Yeah, he's cat. He's his own man.
And they did
he
show.
Was smart. He did. He hid like she was supposed to. She just followed Archie. Yeah. None of the shit would have happened.
Yep,
that's right.
I thought when she was going for the wine bottle, I thought she was going to drink wine. Like that, I would have understood.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, fuck it. I'm in an amazingly rich person's house who says they have no money, you know, but they have, you know, probably 100 bottles in this wine cellar, each one of them between $3,000 and $5,000 a piece, you know, but she's saying she had no money. I'm going to crack open a bottle of wine here and, you know, help myself, you know, that kind of thing. But then to realize she was just selling it.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of cheapened the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, you're not okay. Yeah.
And it's not like, it seems like the person who would buy a 4,500, it's like, who's your customer base? Like, that dude's going to help you sell it. Like, is he just going to list it on eBay or some shit? Like,
yeah, Macari.
It's a weird thing to like try to profit off of.
Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, maybe.
Yeah. Only 3,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no one's gonna notice that, you know.
Good for you. It's only numbered.
I feel like
that's up to Cam.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're the person who's going to buy a $3,000 bottle of wine, you're probably not going to buy a shisty $3,000 bottle of wine. You're going to buy. You're just going to be like, whatever, dude, $4,500. That sounds good to me. Let's get this sweet wine. You know, it's not like only rich people are going to buy that, and rich people aren't going to do a bunch of shisty fucking maneuvers to get it.
From Cam.
Deborah made out on the deal because she gets to file her insurance, right? Well, not only my house robbed, my ex-husband's dead.
And
you don't worry about that guy anymore.
that was just money he was hiding in there, wasn't it? It wasn't like he
she was saying she was hiding. Yeah, she was hiding it for tax reasons, I think.
So the government will probably confiscate that.
Right.
Oh, right. No, you don't get to keep that. No.
Maybe she didn't say she got robbed. Maybe she just said they broke in. I don't know. Hide the safe.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, okay, the police have to show up. There's a quadruple homicide in this fucking place.
Yeah, there's a blind girl.
Blind girl had murdered 4 people. And they're just like, okay, whatever. Like, let's just get her, you know. let's get her to the hospital. Don't what's in that bag? I don't give a fuck.
Didn't check her bag or anything like that. That's she said nobody ever suspects a little blind girl.
Yeah,
that's true. She did say that.
Now that's taking that statement to the wall. Don't misunderstand me, but yeah, I assume that's the premise that they're going with here.
And she also had it was literally just a cash bag, right? It wasn't it was just a weird blue bag that was about the size of a few bricks of $100 bills. You know what I mean? It wasn't like her luggage or she didn't hide a thing somewhere. It's just a bag full of money.
It looked like it looked like a shoe bag or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like a drawstring, and you pull it open, it doesn't close all the way. You can see a little opening and just a fucking brick of money in there. And the cops were like, "Whatever, she killed 4 people. Let's go."
The script told him not to look, Ben.
Yeah,
he's been through a lot.
I'd look in that bag, but the script says I'm not allowed to. I want to look. I want to look real bad, but no.
Oh, wait. There was 5, wasn't there? There was 4 bad guys, and then the cop too.
No, there's a quintuple homicide.
Shoot.
But she only killed 4 of them. The blind girl only shot and killed 4 of them.
This is better than a Jason Statham movie, I swear.
Yay. And that was it. That was the end of the story. Yeah, I might still buy it though. I kind of like it.
So before we wrap it up, but let's go around to everybody, all 3 of you, and what would you think? I mean, would you recommend this movie to people, or is this sort of is this a rare miss for an IFC film?
Well, you can watch this one at least with your family. There's no rape.
It's not the Nightingale.
Yeah. There's no rapes, and there's murders.
No self-immolation.
The wine bottle murder was kind of.
She didn't just she hit him.
Hold on
broke
1 second.
The bottle and then proceeded to stab his face until she got tired.
Yes. Yeah. Her arms got real tired.
Yeah.
That's good. Good times.
Good time.
I thought the movie was entertaining enough. It wasn't terrible. I don't know that I would actually recommend. I might recommend it to a particular person if I knew a person who was we were talking about blind shooters or some shit, then I might be like, oh hey, did you see this?
That genre, blind shooters genre.
With a spotter on the cell phone. Yeah, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
If that's your niche, then this is the movie.
It was a good thriller though. I liked it. My husband enjoyed it. And he's always like, "You always watch scary movies," and then he watched it from beginning to end, and didn't have to leave.
Okay,
I think it's okay to watch. It's okay for a stream. I just I would tell don't expect much, but it's okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much pretty much middle of the road. They all can't be human centipedes, but
let's hope not.
I like that they're blind, just like they're playing in the movie. They didn't go out and go get somebody like Mia Farrow.
Yeah, I admit I like that aspect.
They got to work too.
Skylar Davenport is no rookie. She's a very successful actress. She's got over 80 credits. She's a very demand voice actress. Okay. So she does a lot of anime, a lot of animation. So
some Pokemon.
It wasn't like a stunt cast. She can hold her own.
I don't think that any of these actors were bad. It's just a bad story. It's not a great story.
Yeah.
It's the script. It's the script. The script is not. The script has a lot of holes in it, and
he used a few rewrites. A few rewrites made it a lot better, right?
Yeah. You could have patched some things up and had a first-rate movie. I mean, this could have been a 3 to 4 star movie. I would say about 2.5 to 3, but this could have easily been a 3 to 4 star movie with just a couple of fixes. You know,
Well,
a couple of
you can tell it's like a pandemic movie because there's only like a handful of people you see in it. Like the stars, there's not like a whole bunch of people.
I really like the cast. The cast is super strong.
Right.
But sometimes that happens. So this is not the first time I've seen this in an IFC movie where they've had a super strong cast and the story sort of let them down. I mean, Pyewacket is obviously the one movie I think of right away. That movie had a really good cast, but the story was just yikes.
Oh, I think I have that one. Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that one.
I like the cast, but the story itself and not showing the creature, it just ultimately let the movie down. I felt like the cast got betrayed.
With this too, you could have gotten rid of one of those people and put Kim Coates in the house.
Yeah.
Like you should have made better use of Kim Coates. You know, he's there for a reason. Use him.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, pay him a couple extra bucks and get him in there for the whole thing because people want to see Kim Coates. You know.
Maybe he's probably not available for the end of the movie. Maybe it might have been like contractual. He might have had something going on, and he's like, "Look, I can be in the end, but I can't."
Yeah, because I was really drawn in with that dialogue over the phone. You know, when I heard that, and I was like, "Wow, okay." You know, they gotta. You know, this guy's an actor. I mean, yeah, the lead. You know, she was good. Don't misunderstand me. It's just, yeah, it could have been. They could have fixed some of this up.
I feel like they needed to work on her character a little, like
absolutely.
Okay, it's interesting if you make a character complex, like morally complex. That's interesting. It's interesting if they have to like overcome like something, you know. That's also interesting. It's even fine if they're not likable, but the way the story arc was like, it was like you should have like. They should have made her likable or committed one like element to explore, you know.
Yeah.
Felt a little flat. And then at the end when she's got a bag full of money, I felt like that
I got my money. I'm gonna buy skis.
But she's still the hero, you know, and that's the inconsistency. Take the bag of money. Take the bag of money. I don't have a problem with that. And then be the bad guy.
There's a dead cop.
Yeah, there's a dead cop and 4 other dead people.
Or be likable throughout the movie, and then like, you know, there's like you're morally questionable, but you're still like, we still like you and we're rooting for you, but then you took the money and it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. But like the whole time, like it doesn't feel very satisfying, you know, like she a blind girl, like, okay, here's my elevator pitch. Okay. Blind girl, house sitter, Olympic skier, shoots 4 people, like who break in, right? Okay, and then she's
It can happen.
Like, what's wrong with that story?
No, like I drew the cover. I thought, what the heck? I kind of like the cover.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Mary, seriously. If you have Netflix, though, catch Hush.
Hush was better.
Hush, I'm gonna write that down.
Oh man, that's so good. Mike, watch it tonight, and it's not supernatural. And when you watch that, you know, shoot us some messages or something like that, and let us know what you thought in comparison, especially coming off this conversation.
Right. Yeah, I think I can see the front cover, like someone with a mask on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a bad guy. That's a villain. There's a clearly defined line of who the good person is and who the bad person is, and everybody, like every prophet in his house, you know, everybody stays in their lane, and it is just right there on the edge of your seat.
And she has some adversity, but you're rooting for her, and at the same time, there's like, you feel that she's in danger. Like I never really felt like the blind girl. I never felt like anything was going to happen to her.
Right. She's kind of
okay. She's like a ninja. She's like a blind ninja and whatever, you know.
You know, that happens.
I don't want to rush anybody or anything. This has been, but I do want to get at least advance to the next month's movie. It's Mike's turn. Mike will definitely be hosting next month, and you can. Do you have a copy of what you can show us or of the movie?
I do not have a copy. It is available to me to stream. I have selected Werewolves Within.
Ooh, have you seen it already?
I love that.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Very fun movie.
Yes, it is. And I thought maybe after Maud setting herself on fire, and then the almost
lighthearted movie.
Yeah, almost the demonic injustice of the Nightingale, and then with this, I hadn't seen it until today. I just saw See For Me today. I thought Werewolves Within would be a good pressure, like release of the pressure, something fun and funny, and that would be
definitely is fun.
I have to say that our review of the Nightingale would do very, very well as for us, and it's actually our second best viewed movie of our series so far. So we are making a little bit of headway. So I too have heard this has been nothing but fun. I'm very excited to get to watch this with you guys and talk about it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna. It's
funny.
great. It's a great movie. I watched it. It was one of those nights I couldn't sleep, so I just pulled my iPad out, and I'm like, okay, let me just prop myself up here and watch a movie. And I was, it held me from the beginning all the way to the end. I actually can't wait to watch it again. So that's gonna be good.
Well, everybody around here loves that AT&T girl. She's just adorable.
Oh yeah. That didn't hurt at all.
This will be the first time. This will be the first time I've watched her act in anything.
She's good.
She's so good.
Yeah. She's good. Yeah. Everybody's good in that.
Everyone's great. It's a great ensemble cast.
Yeah, it is.
I drew that movie cover too.
Oh, please, if you post that
I'll
if
bust
you
that
have
out.
it. Yeah, please do. I would love to. I'll post it up and advertise for the show, and I'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, I'll share it to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Thank you guys for watching this. I'm gonna check out See For Me. I'm very curious to see how. I'm just curious to see the performances. I mean, I want to see who, because this will be my first exposure to Skylar Davenport, and I want to see, if she's.
I think they did. I think Skylar did great. I think they did pretty good for being blind and.
And having a bad
migraines gave her the stroke. They made her go blind. That's the troubling thing. I used to get them all the time.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
those migraines are awful. The poor thing.
Let me before I let you guys go, let you guys know, you guys can mark this on the calendar. We will be reconvening on July 31st. For Werewolves Within, and again, Mike, American Werewolf in New Jersey will be on his channel. So we will go ahead and make a banner up on the Facebook, and then Mike can handle. He can make his banner, and then we can all share it out. I definitely recommend next month too. That American Werewolves Within looks really, really good. And I guess unless something happens after that. That I guess we'll be going back to Ben. Ben has a really good history of picking up some very seriously good movies. He picked the Kill List out for us, and that was an amazing film.
Devil's Candy.
And Devil's Candy also.
I love that movie. Ethan Embry.
Yeah.
Devil's Candy. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, I got it on Blu-ray. I love that movie.
Very good.
Great soundtrack.
That's another one I got to write down.
Mary, I can help you. I can send you a copy of it.
I'll see if I can find it.
I think I have an extra copy.
That is a fantastic story.
Super.
Was that at a Dollar Tree find or?
Yeah, they had a wave of IFC films, and that was one of the movies that made it, and so people were picking it up.
I missed that wave. I'm sorry, get them.
I got one copy. I got one copy from the Dollar Tree, and then I had one copy that I got from my family video before it closed. So, I know.
Family video.
Well, thanks again for coming out and rolling up. Thanks for for picking this movie, Mary. I think for your first pick, I think you did very, very well, and I was excited to see it. I'm glad we went through with it, and I was glad to host it. Host your night.
Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope you're really enjoying this, because I am enjoying the hell out of you doing this with us. It's really cool. I'm really happy.
I love movies, and it's one of my hobbies. I got so many. It's ridiculous.
Well, I just love that you're an IFC girl. That's the only thing I care about. And we're slowly converting Ben and Mike into it as well.
Dude, I like IFC. I own a lot of those movies.
Yeah, no converting. It's all good stuff.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just because I like A24 doesn't mean I don't like
24.
Yeah.
You weirdo. You fucking weirdo.
I just think I just like, it's like we gotta keep that spark going. I think, Mike, you mentioned before we start the show that you were thinking about finding something else to do during the summer, and you mentioned about doing a few A24 films. I don't have that many. I got a few, but there's a couple in here I definitely would drag out and talk with you about it. If you want to talk about them, I definitely would do that.
Okay, send me a list of what you got.
All right, I'll definitely do that.
Photo, and I'll see if we got compatible stuff, because I have Showtime too, and I think a lot of A24 is on that.
Yeah, I got so far I've gotten. Okay, I'm gonna say this, so I already know I'm gonna get shit. I already got 15 titles so far.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, no.
What's
I have
the
to look and see what I got. I don't know what I got. I have so many movies. I don't even know what I got.
It might be more than me too.
All right, boys and girls. Now we may be going off the air right now, but don't go anywhere, because we will be back. Me and the Bat will be back for the Midnight Society at 8:00. We will be covering 2 classic superhero movies, Dr. Mordred, Master of the Unknown, and we'll also be covering Doctor Strange from 1979, featuring Peter Hooton and the lovely Jessica Walters, who never looked better than she did in this movie. Hot damn. This is a night of magic and sorcery, and we can't wait to dig into it with you. I know Mike's up there rolling his eyes.
My corneas are going to detach.
So much watching.
Don't worry, dude. I'll see.
So much reviewing.
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it.
Aim the gun left.
Then you
guys your battery's gonna die. You need to charge it.
It wasn't migraines. It was fucking Doctor Strange. That's what did it to me. It drove my sight right out.
This has actually got released on Shout Factory.
No.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's right. Shout Factory.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. You were bad-mouthing Commando a couple of weeks ago, so
you know what, Commando.
Doctor Strange, all I want.
Oh my God, Commando! God, the only thing that movie needed was an editor. That's all.
It needed nothing. It's tough to beat 100%.
Did you guys see? I put this up. Mike, am I friends with you on Facebook?
No, I don't think so. No, we're not.
We got to fix that.
Okay.
We definitely got to fix that, because I can send it to you through your Instagram too, but I got to talk about this real quick. I got like a couple minutes here. So the UK video tasties, old AF reviewers Ricky and Vass from Horror Lives Matters, they had a battle of the 10 best action movies of all time. You have to see that shit to believe it. It is awesome. Okay. Great show by all 3 fellas. There's some really inventive picks. I mean, there's some same olds, but there's a few original ones that I haven't seen people pick before on the list like that. I think I think that might be fun for you to watch. I thought about you when you did when we did our 5 guilty pleasures. I thought about that, and we're like, I wonder if this is something that Mike would like to see. And so I'll send it on to you as soon as we get done with with the Doctors, and right before I go watch Godzilla versus Gigan.
Nice, enjoy.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody. And those who want to stick around, I'll be right back in about 5 minutes. If not, we'll see you for the next on July 31st for Werewolves Within. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Peace.
Deuces.